What I'm trying to get better at is I'm trying to be more disciplined. The more disciplined I am, the more consistent I'll be, okay? So when my calendar says something, I'm really trying to hit those targets each day. I'm scoring myself each day from 0% to 100% of how close was I to hitting all the times during the day, from 0%, not at all, I didn't hit any of the times, to 100%, I hit all those times, y'all. And my thinking is the more consistent I am, the more self-disciplined I am, the more consistent I'm going to be, all right? And the more consistent I am, the more I'm going to get done, the more I'm going to be fulfilled, the more I'm going to achieve.
Struggle got purpose and we grow. So whatever road we have to take next, all I need to know is that we'll roll with the punches.
All right, y'all, we all know who our snow game quarterback is. Patrick Mahomes, our Mahomie, right? Our Mahomie. But here at Midwest Anxiety, we're your snow game therapists, y'all. We are your snow game therapists. We're out in the snow, the sleet today, y'all. We're out in it. We're out knocking on doors. We're out knocking on doors. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is get your hot chocolate, your coffee, your warm blanket, start a fire, get your puppies, get your kitty cats, snuggle up on the couch. We'll be over. We're knocking on doors. Just let us in and we'll come in and we'll do therapy, y'all. We'll do therapy. It's a big, big advantage in the winter time. It's just a huge convenience anyway. Our community-based therapy of coming to you. You don't have to waste the time to get out in this nasty weather and risk safety or anything else, right? We'll just come to you and we'll do this MWA thing. We'll do this MWA thing. A little bit about this 2024 and how it's going so far. It's January 9th. We're 9 days into this year. And I said at the beginning of this year that my resolution or my goal is more about just one thing. It's about consistency, right? About consistency. And the idea is that to be consistent, you have to be self-disciplined, right? You have to be self-disciplined. And one of the ways that I stay consistent and one of the ways I stay self-disciplined is that I use my calendar on my phone. I put everything in my calendar, right? Some people joke with me, I put shower in my calendar, right? I put eat lunch, I put dinner, I put all those things in my calendar. If you think about it, right? It's 12:49 right now. Okay, it's 12:49. Every minute that goes by in your day, every hour that goes by, you're doing something. You're doing something, right? Now, I don't want to be so rigid that I schedule out my whole day. There's times in my calendar that I'll just put free time, which means I can do anything I want. But the idea is if you're living 24 hours in a day, kind of like a checkbook, right? Let's say you have $10.37, okay? Well, you just don't say that you have $10.04. You say that you have $10.37, right? You want to account for all your money. In 24 hours, don't you want to account for every second, every minute, every hour that you have in your day? So the best way I know how to do that is just take your calendar and just go through and just block out different times in your calendar. And then as you block out different times, the key, which I'm trying to get better at, is when your calendar says something, when you schedule in your calendar, okay, shower, okay, well, you have a decision to make. Well, I told myself I was going to shower at this time. Now am I going to get in the shower, or am I going to sit here for 10 more minutes and watch TV? Okay, now that's a choice. That's a decision that you have to make, okay? And when you originally made that decision, you said you wanted a shower at X time, okay? But now you may not be feeling like it. And that's more of an emotional thing. That's more of a self-control thing. That's more of a self-discipline thing. So what I'm trying to get better at is I'm trying to be more disciplined. The more disciplined I am, the more consistent I'll be, okay? So when my calendar says something, I'm really trying to hit those targets each day. I'm scoring myself each day from 0% to 100% of how close was I to hitting all the times during the day. From 0%, not at all, I didn't hit any of the times, to 100%, I hit all those times, y'all. And my thinking is the more consistent I am, the more self-disciplined I am, the more consistent I'm going to be, all right? And the more consistent I am, the more I'm going to get done, the more I'm going to be fulfilled, the more I'm going to achieve, okay? So it starts with just being able to put it in your calendar and then following through. It's that emotional, you know, that procrastination. Once you decide that I'm going to do something, I need to do homework, then the emotional part is, oh, I just don't feel like doing it right now. I just don't feel like doing it. I'm going to put it off till later. This is self-discipline is like a muscle. It's like a muscle. To strengthen your muscle, you got to lift weights. You got to use that muscle, right? Well, self-discipline is the same way. You got to do it consistently over and over and over and over again, so you get strong at it. All right? All right, y'all. Okay, it's time for what's been coming up in client sessions. Let's do this. What's been coming up in client sessions? Okay. This is something that I talk with adults about. If I'm talking to parents, talking to teachers, whoever I'm talking to adults about this. I'm talking to you. If you're an adult, I'm talking to you about this. Oftentimes, what we're doing with kids is we're recognizing the struggles that they're having, because it's like the struggles are usually the noisy thing. It's the thing that's getting our attention, right? It's the thing that's inconveniencing us. And so we as adults, we pay particular attention to those struggles, and we oftentimes comment or talk about those struggles, or parent those struggles, or discipline those struggles, right? And what happens is we create a lot of negative energy by just focusing on the struggles. And what I want you to do is, I want you as an adult to focus as much on the strengths and all the positive things about the kids as much as the struggles, y'all. It's really, really important to me. It's really important clinically that we focus on the positives, because when we focus on the positives, it creates positive energy. What are we trying to get out of our kids? We're trying to get positive energy, right? I mean, we think about consequence in our kids, and by consequence in our kids and you know, punishing them, that they're going to turn that negative into positive. And sometimes it doesn't work out that way. What we have to do is we have to focus on the positives to get positives, okay? So my hope would be, as you just you know, look at your kid's day, you look at your student's day, whatever it would be, is to say something like, hey, I'm really proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Kids love that word proud, y'all. Kids love that word proud. If you can just say proud, or hey, I really like that you blah, 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 right? If you can show the kids some positive attention, then the likelihood is we're going to get more positive attention out of them. It's going to make them feel good. It's going to help them, their self-esteem, okay, y'all?
You always have been. Walk out that door. You're on your own, kid. But there is someone in your head cutting through the noise. Feel the world disappear. You're on your own.
This is something that I talk about with all the time this idea by Simon Sinek, S-I-N-E-K, Simon Sinek. Look him up, he's fantastic. But he's got this idea called the infinite game. There's a finite game and there's an infinite game. And the infinite game basically says that the game is never over. Whatever you're desiring, whatever you want to accomplish, whatever it is that you just want in your life, as long as you keep trying and as long as your heart is continuing to beat, then you're getting closer to accomplishing whatever it is, okay? That you're still in the game, that you still have a chance. You have a chance. So you're saying I have a chance? You're saying I have a chance? Yes, you have a chance as long as you play the infinite game, right? Almost said the finite. Oops. As long as you're playing the infinite game, you always have a chance, right? This is along with the idea of growth mindset, that you just haven't accomplished your goal yet. Some people believe in the finite game, that things are fixed, that you know, there is a certain amount of time that you have to accomplish something, and if you're outside that window, you're not going to accomplish it. I don't think that way. I don't talk to clients that way. Until your heart stops beating, we always believe you have a chance. Whatever it is you want in your life, whatever goals you have, you always have a chance as long as your heart and as long as your heart keeps beating and you believe you have a chance, okay? So think about something that you want, something that you really want, okay? And believe that you have a chance to get that or accomplish it until your last breath, all right? Hopefully that gives you some hope, some kind of energy to continue to do what you do, even if times are hard and you're struggling. To get through those struggles, continue to believe as long as you keep trying and your heart keeps beating that you always got a chance. Play the infinite game, y'all. The infinite game. Not the finite game, the infinite game. Okay, it's time for what's been coming up in client sessions. Okay, we're getting a double what's been coming up in client sessions. Y'all, today's a snow day. Happy snow day in Kansas City. One thing I talk with parents a lot about is parents often complain that their kids are better at school, that they often hear that their kids are better at school, and then they get home and they're just not good. They're just not good. They're just really bad. They're bad kids, right? Bad kids. And I have a lot of conversation with parents about this. Part of it is, it's actually a good thing. We want, if your kids are going to be bad, right? If your kids are going to be bad, we want them to show respect and concern and care for others, right? Outside of your home. It's unfortunate that they show it at home, but it's actually a good thing to see that they actually can cooperate and can manage and be in self-control outside the home. That shows us that they can actually do it. And so when I hear that, oftentimes what I go to is it's an environmental thing. It's an environmental thing why kids on the weekends or on snow days or in the summer struggle more at home than what they do at school. And so what we talk about is schools have a system in place. They have a set of rules, right? The rules are known. This is what we expect of you, right? And if you don't comply with these rules, the choices that you make, if you don't comply with these rules, then here are the consequences, right? Here are the consequences for those rules. We always talk about the principal's office. I mean, that's the cliche, that's the common consequence. You'll get sent to the principal's office, right? If you're bad, right? Well, at home, what I find when I'm talking with parents, there isn't as clear set of rules or expectations, and then the follow through is just not consistent. It's not consistent. Parents are kind of all over the place. And what I tell parents is that kids can see that you're not consistent. They find the holes in your cheese. That's what we talk about, is they find the holes in your cheese, okay? And so what I help parents do is establish a set of expectations and rules, right? And then help them be consistent with holding their children accountable. And what we see is compliance and positive behavior. It may take some time. Sometimes it gets worse before it gets better, but we see an improvement in their behavior and their compliance, right? This is a behavioral modification plan that I help parents with, parents really love it. Kids, not necessarily. It's parents approved. Kids don't like it because it holds them highly accountable for the choices they're making, all right? So parents, if you're struggling at home with your kids and their behavior, not as much at school, put some plans in place, put some expectations, list them out, a set of rules, put them on the refrigerator, and then we got to have a set of consequences. If you do this, then what, all right? A whole separate thing is we got to find some ways to reward those positive behaviors. I don't think there's enough focus on positive behaviors in families. All right, y'all? And so